As if Tomb Raider hasn't had a disastrous enough 2024, let me just go ahead and put a cherry on that crap sundae. Amazon confirms Tomb Raider series for Prime Video, with Phoebe Waller, franchise killer, as the writer and executive producer. The lady who constantly, and as you can see in the first line right there, Amazon has confirmed its Tomb Raider live action series for Prime Video with Fleabag star. Fleabag is a fringe series that came out for the BBC 8 years ago. 8 years ago. She has been in an Indiana Jones film. She has been in a Star Wars film. She has ruined several opportunities, and she continues to get work. What the hell is going on here, man? Like, what does her Wikipedia early life section have to say about this? Because there's got to be some reason that she continues to get opportunities. Now, the series is based on the long-running Tomb Raider game or video game franchise. Which is that? Oh, at least, which iteration are they going for? Are they going for the Crystal Dynamics? We're apologizing for everything cool that Lara used to do because we think that potentially, maybe, perhaps it could be problematic in today's climate? Or are you going with the gun-toting badass that dominated the PlayStation in its early days, was basically the mascot for the console back in the mid to late 90s? Well, you could also take a look at Phoebe Waller-Bridge and realize, oh yeah, we know exactly what's going to be going on here. Amazon, which is producing the show alongside Embracer-owned, yes, a Tomb Raider developer, Crystal Dynamics. There's your answer right there. Ding, 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 ding. Said Tomb Raider will premiere exclusively on Prime Video in more than 240 countries and territories worldwide, but it failed to mention a release window or who could play Lara Croft. I hear Lizzo's in the running. Well, I wouldn't say that at all, okay, mostly because you could hear her if she was running, and running's not exactly her strong suit. If I could tell my teenage self that this was happening, I think she'd explode, Phoebe Waller-Bridge said. Tomb Raider has been a huge part of my life, and I feel incredibly privileged to be bringing it to television with such passionate collaborators. If you're talking about Crystal Dynamics, I got news for you. Nobody hates Tomb Raider more than Crystal Dynamics. Lara Croft means a lot to me. What's your favorite what's your favorite Tomb Raider game? Just name it. What systems did you play Tomb Raider on? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. If you're going to be running this, if you're going to be the writer, if you're going to be the producer, if you're going to be the director, if you are going to be the name carrying this series, tell me. Tell me what you actually like instead of just saying, Lara Croft means a lot to me, as she does many. And I can't wait to go on this adventure, bats and all. Yeah, in the games, when was the last time she was actually in a tomb? Like, let's be completely honest. The only bats that we know were probably properly framed in this image right there. Last year, Phoebe Waller-Bridge starred in Indiana Jones and the Dialysis of Destiny. Does everybody remember that? Like, okay, this lady has been killing off franchise. She has resulted in more failures. You would think Lara Croft is joining the MCU. What are we doing here, man? There's room to do something really quite dangerous. Like, yeah, probably play a lore accurate, a respectful version of Lara Croft on the screen, okay? Even do something half as good as the Angelina Jolie live action early 2000s films. You remember, you had like the biggest actress at the time portraying Lara Croft in film, not once, but twice. Like that was the level to which Lara Croft was at. And now, when was the last game that she had to come out? Okay, not talking about those remasters that ended up getting butchered by Crystal Dynamics. Oh, we just accidentally got rid of one of these pinups. Oh, no, don't worry about it. We'll put it back any day now. Why do we keep giving these big franchises to people? Oh, yeah, Lara means a lot to me. I've never heard you talk about this stuff. The only thing that I've ever heard you talk about in interviews is your own personal feminist politics, your most successful franchise, your most notable credit on your resume, Fleabag, is a feminist tale. We know what you're interested in, and it's not raiding tombs, I guess, in a certain sense. And anyways, back to this. Okay, there's something really dangerous we can quite do. And if I can do something dangerous and exciting with Tomb Raider, I already have an audience of people who love Lara. Yeah, exactly, because your own projects, there's a reason that you keep on jumping from franchise to franchise, leaving disaster in its wake. It's because you can't get anything original off the ground because you're a talentless hack. Because, yeah, Fleabag Fleabag for as often as it gets brought up. Who actually watched Fleabag? We hear that it was well received. But yeah, you're playing, even 8 years ago, you're playing to the critics whose values and whose perception of what is good and what is palatable, what is entertaining, is completely and totally disassociated from the audience. So she's saying the quiet part out loud. Oh yeah, I can do whatever I want. I can be dangerous, and by dangerous I mean just turn Lara Croft into a rug-munching lesbian. Lara Croft and the adventures of the U-Haul. Like, is that what we're going to be doing? Because, yeah, you have a built-in audience that is going to give you one opportunity and then tune out after episode 1. This is exactly with what's happening with The Lord of the Rings by putting out Rings of Power. Oh yeah, we love the franchise. Yeah, big respect for Tolkien. That guy, he was great. JMMF Tolkien. Yeah, he great. We love the Game of Thrones show. We thought that it was fantastic what Patrick Jackson did over there with the Three Towers and Return of the Queen. Like, it's great stuff. I personally, I like the Community of the Ring. Like, it's a big movie for me, okay? And then what? They put out Rings of Power Season 1 and 63% of people tuned out before the finale. You have the legendary ratio on the teaser trailer for Season 2. And now they're going to try to do this to one of the most iconic, or if you ask BAFTA, the most iconic video game character ever. Like, just stop it. Stop it. So yeah, I already have an audience of people who love Lara and hopefully will continue to. And that's a very unusual position to be in. You were scripting, yes, No Time to Die, right? I forgot. Waller is no stranger to action-adventure genre, scripting James Bond, starring in Indiana Jones, being the voice of a robot in the Han Solo spin-off. A very unusual position to be in. That's basically how you've been paying your bills, having blackmail on studio producers and continuing to find work. My parents were very smart because they didn't actually limit me talking about her appreciation from Tomb Raider. She recalled playing of Tomb Raider. They would sense that I was just going to game myself into the ground, and I did. Packed my PlayStation away, and I was like, I got to not do that because I've got to write and read and do other stuff. That's an absolutely retarded thing to say. Like, that's your biggest Tomb Raider memory? Exactly. She's not a fan of the franchise. She's just using it as a vehicle in order to tell her stories. Vampirize another IP, another talentless hack wearing the skin suit of one of your beloved franchise in order to just puppet it around and tell them, and stigmatize an entire community that you're just a racist, sexist, bigot, misogynist, homophobe if you don't like my bastardizing of a story of a beloved character, of a beloved IP. You can see the writing on the wall, man. Tomb Raider announcement follows Amazon's hugely successful Fallout TV show, which, yeah, just go check shout out Mahler, put out a 2.5, just about 2 3/4 hour long video on that very successful Fallout TV show. Proof of purchase of how good and how quality and how well that respects the lore, right? Which was created in close collaboration with Fallout developer Bethesda, right? Yeah, the best shepherds of that IP. And this is so analogous to that Fallout TV show, in fact. Meanwhile, Crystal Dynamics and Amazon Games are working together to develop and publish a new multi-platform Tomb Raider game. Can't wait. As the yet untitled game is described as a single-player narrative-driven action-adventure, is an all-new next chapter to Lara Croft's legendary exploration in the Tomb Raider franchise. That's just marketing speak for, yeah, it'll be like a Tomb Raider game, I think, potentially, maybe, don't know for sure. A release window has yet to be announced. Well, yeah, of course, because they want to go ahead and see where the winds are ultimately blowing, because we can see that there is a change in the way that people are consuming entertainment. It's no longer just simply sit back, be lambasted by the creators who don't ultimately care about the franchise, okay? Like, we're starting to see some changes, okay? It's just when it comes to certain video game adaptations, you have the respect that was paid to the likes of the Super Mario Brothers movie, and then of course you have the Halo TV show that's out there, which, yeah, there's 2 seasons of that. Hear anybody talk about that? It's kind of like the same way that you're going to hear people start to nitpick the Fallout TV show. Really liked it when it was coming out, but season 2 isn't quite as good as season 1, and then by the time season 3 rolls around, wow, that wasn't very good at all. And actually, I wasn't a big fan of season 2 or season 1 to begin with. The shelf life on this stuff is dropping precipitously, and it's not because people are starting to wake up. It's the fact that, there's just too many overt politics for my liking. It's that, no, all of these hacks have been ruining things for a long time, but now, thankfully, at least, people are starting to wake up. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.